Hi, my name is Dave Eaton. I am the General Manager of Arizona Creative Surfaces, and today I would like to explain to you about our lifetime warranty and why that is an important reason for you to want to choose Arizona Creative Surfaces to do your concrete coatings at your home, on your pool deck, or your patio, your garage, your entry, your driveway, any concrete surface that you have, and why it'd be most important to choose Arizona Creative Surfaces. Like I said, we have a lifetime warranty. It is fully transferable. And so we get a lot of confusion about that and people asking us, well, whose life and what does that mean? And so I wanted to make this video just to explain the details of our warranty and why you should want to choose Arizona Creative Surfaces. So first, our warranty covers everything from fading to product failure, from delamination caused from product failure, and any major issues that you might have as a result of poor installation or poor product quality. And so if you have something that's fading down the road, we are more than happy to come out and make that right. But because we use exclusively liquid iron oxides as our colors, you're not going to experience any issues with that. We have been in business for over 30 years, which means we've learned a lot. Means we've made a lot of mistakes. We've learned which products work and which products don't work. We've learned which ones to stay away from and whatnot. And so, yeah, we've had our issues in the past, but because we've been in business for so long, you can trust that we've made those things right, or else we would no longer be in business. Okay, so fading is not an issue. One of our exclusions to our lifetime warranty is a condition in concrete called alkaline silica reactivity, okay, known as ASR. And what that is essentially a deterioration of your concrete, whether it's caused from the alkalinity of the soil, the pH of the concrete, and there's a combination of certain factors. And I like to compare it most to like rusting metal, okay? If the metal is rusting, it's not a poor paint, it's the exposure of the metal that has caused the rust to occur. It's a simple comparison. It may not be the best comparison. It's the best one that I know how to compare it to. So what we do when we see this happening, and the way we can see it happening is a lot of times you'll see the top surface of the concrete is now gone. Most concrete is finished with a nice creamy finish, whether they broom finish or steel trowel, it doesn't matter. It's a nice smooth finish. Well, when this is happening, that nice smooth finish is now gone, and you see sand, you see rock, you see it very, very pitted, kind of like a spalling type of look. Now, this is a good indication that this alkaline silica reactivity is happening. When we see that, we do our best to educate the homeowner about what that means and about the implications and the long-term issues that they might have. What we do is we first will clean and remove any sort of existing surface that's there. We will grind the concrete to remove, because that top surface of the concrete has become brittle, and it's been eliminated. And so even if you have an existing coating and that is happening, you'll notice if you go to the existing coating and peel and look at the bottom side of that coating, you'll see still gray concrete attached to the bottom. And that tells you that the coating actually never lost bond to the concrete, but the top surface of the concrete has deteriorated from the rest of the concrete. Okay, so what we would do is we would remove any brittled surface, and then we would use a primer that densifies, strengthens the concrete. After we balance the pH of the concrete, we use the primer, and like I said, that soaks in, it strengthens, and it densifies the concrete. It doesn't 100% eliminate the possibility of this coming back. So after we do that, we then go ahead and do our coatings over it. Down the road, you can have an issue of this reoccurring. Now, the technology for this treatment is constantly evolving. We're constantly looking for better ways to be able to completely warranty this, but we can't. At this moment, we can't, and it's just something that we have to deal with. The good news is by using the primer, it really eliminates massive failure. It makes it so it's very limited in very small areas that we may have to come out, and I'm sure if you've noticed in our marketing, we do a lot of the flagstone finish. And the flagstone finish is great because we're able to take one of the flagstones, grind it off, and retreat the concrete, retexture, stain, and seal. Okay? Because there's a lot of variance in the texture and the color anyways, it blends in nicely. You can't hardly tell. In most cases, you can't tell at all that the repair was done. But the other great news is it's a very small charge. We just charge a small labor charge to come out and make that repair. Because it's not failure on our part in doing our job or doing a good job, there is a small labor charge. There isn't a charge for materials, but there is the small labor charge. And we feel like that is fair because it's nothing that's within our control, and we do our best to not only educate the homeowner, but we do our best to prevent that from reoccurring. So that's the first exclusion of our lifetime warranty. The second exclusion is concrete coatings do not prevent concrete from cracking. So if you have existing large structural cracks within your concrete, you need to anticipate that those will come back. There is no such thing as concrete repair. There are a lot of companies out there that sell concrete crack repair and treatment, but they don't actually repair. They're just more like crack fillers. And over the years, we've experimented with all of them. We used to use fiber mesh. We used to grind them open and put steel rods. And all we found is when the concrete cracked again, we just ended up with a larger failure. We ended up with the fiber mesh coming out. We ended up with steel rods rusting. We ended up with more problems than just that hairline crack reoccurring. And so our number one way of solving the issue of the visibility of the cracks is to camouflage them within the pattern. And again, that's why you see so much flagstone finish that we do, because we're able to incorporate all of those structural cracks into the pattern. So worst case scenario down the road, within one of our faux grout lines, you'll see a hairline crack, which would be a natural occurrence of natural flagstone anyways. And we find that that is the best way to treat cracks. We do still warranty that it will not peel and delaminate from those cracks, but we do not warranty the reoccurrence of the crack within those grout lines. Again, that's something completely out of our control, but we also make sure that we educate the homeowners understanding what that means. And then the third thing is there are a lot of times where there's expansion joints or that expansion felt around the perimeter of the house that's deteriorated or rotted, or expansion joints that have cracked and settled and really gapped apart, or we don't like to leave those gaps. We think it looks unfinished and unprofessional, so we'll always fill those with a polyurethane caulking. Not fill them entirely, but we will eliminate the gap. And the reason we do that is so that it looks nice and finished, but caulking doesn't last forever, and so we can't warranty the caulking forever. And also because of that, we don't try to use an excessive amount, and we don't look, we look for ways to avoid it at all costs. But in some cases, a project just looks unfinished without the caulking, and so we will go ahead and caulk joints where needed, again, to make it look finished, but that is not included in the lifetime warranty. Otherwise, you are completely covered. It is transferable. We have done thousands and thousands of jobs, and we know with absolute certainty and confidence that you will be happy, and we do our best to not sell you anything but to educate you primarily on those three exclusions to our lifetime warranty, so that we have a relationship so that you understand when or if something happens, you're like, oh yeah, Dave said that would happen, this is what's happened, okay, this is what the plan is. But we also do not require that you ever reseal the surface, okay? And that's where a lot of people kind of brush that under the rug. A lot of other companies, they just mention it, briefly, like, oh, you're going to have to reseal it every few years, and they just go on. But they don't actually explain the implications of that. They don't explain that resealing it every few years costs a couple dollars a square foot. Average job that we do is around 1,000 square feet, so you're looking at least a couple $1,000s every few years just in order to maintain your warranty. Well, with our warranty, worst case scenario, if you have that alkaline silica reactivity happening and we need to come out and redo 2 or 3 stones in the future because of that, you're looking at like a $200 to $300 charge. not a $2,000 plus charge in order just to maintain your warranty. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you understand our warranty, understand how it works, and now get a better sense of who we are and what we stand for, and know that if you have your project done by Arizona Creative Surfaces, you'll be very happy.